From the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution, I'm Joel Norwood. Hope your Friday is going well. Don't forget that after the weekend, we'll be broadcasting from the Ohio soybean offices for an update from there on Monday, so stay tuned for that. And also, it's been a big report day from USDA. Bullish for soybeans, friendly for corn. We'll recap that in just a bit. But first, a Pioneer Fall Harvest update. Dave Russell has the story.
This week on the Pioneer Fall Agronomy Update, Pioneer Field Agronomist Troy Putnam in southern and central Ohio says 2024 has been, shall we say, interesting.
But as we start to rationalize through this, what they've dealt with, I think we have to fall back and revisit the products that we chose for this year. And depending on how it went, we'll probably use some very similar packages. The products, the hybrids, the varieties. Dave, I'll tell you one thing. These aren't the products of 10 or 12 years ago. I would have not wanted to face this growing season with an older hybrid or an older variety and dealt with the stress that we saw.
And as we turn our attention to 2025,
if you're not sure what to do and you do have a current soil test that you can trust and you're trying to decide which amendments to use, I always recommend adjusting pH first to where it needs to be, because when the pH is good, everything's better. And Dave, the two other things that this growing season is without question validated one more time: early planted soybeans pay, and sulfur on corn and soybeans are always a good investment. So we're going to take some of those buttons as we plan for next year and know that they're going to be probably non-negotiable as we think about production.
For my complete interview with Pioneer Field Agronomist Troy Putnam, go to ohioagnet.com and go to featured audio. I'm Dave Russell.
Thanks, Dave. Also online today at ohioagnet.com, a recap from Doug Tenney of Lice Mercantile of the big USDA reports released at noon. Key updates for corn and soybeans, with both crops seeing yield declines, undoubtedly bullish for the market. Corn yield now set at 183.1 bushels per acre. That's a slight drop from the previous 183.8 estimate in October. Soybean yield down 1.4 bushels to 51.7 bushels per acre. Soybean ending stocks took a hit, dropping by 80 million bushels to 470 million. And it reflects strong domestic demand and rising prices for soybean oil, driven by high palm oil prices. Following the report, prices did surge immediately. Corn climbed 6 cents, soybeans gained 15 pennies, wheat up 6 cents as well. The increase builds on a strong week in grain prices. Global production estimates saw USDA keeping Brazil soybean and corn forecasts steady at 169 and 127 million tons respectively. Argentina's production holding at 51 million tons for both crops. In Ohio, harvest mostly complete. Producers reporting a wide range of corn and soybean yields influenced by limited summer rainfall. Many eager to put the season behind them and look forward to a better 2025. In other news, recently caught up with Roger High of the Ohio Sheep Improvement Association. He says, don't forget, in about a month's time, December 6th and 7th is the 2024 Buckeye Shepherd Symposium. He says quite a bit to talk about in the sheep industry.
We're going to spend some time on marketing, and we're going to have Nick Forrest doing his Great American Lamb Show. Nick's been traveling all over the country this past year, demonstrating lamb cuts, demonstrating cooking, and we're going to spend some time on solar grazing and our agrivoltaic. The sheep industry is one of the industries we believe might be a major part of agrivoltaics and solar grazing. We've got some experts coming in and talking about that.
And you can find out more information at ohiosheep.org. Coming up next, our own Dusty Sonnenberg catches up with how markets are closing after Friday's trade in Chicago. Stay tuned.
Soybeans grown in Ohio and across the heartland are meeting the feedstock demand for clean fuels. Biodiesel is a clean-burning and reliable fuel that enhances engine life, power, and mileage. Plus, this high-performance fuel works in any diesel engine without modification. With biodiesel, we fuel the economy, do good for the environment, and support soybean farmers. Learn how using biodiesel can add value to every bushel of soybeans grown at soyohio.org.
Since 1926, Nationwide has been rooted in agriculture. Founded as the Farm Bureau Mutual Automobile Insurance Company with a mission to protect farmers and their communities, we honor our legacy by offering solutions that evolve with the complex needs of today's farms. As the leading insurer of America's farms and trusted by 8 farm bureaus for 100 years and counting, Nationwide is on your side. Number one insurer based on 2023 direct written premium per AM Best. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Let's take a look at how your market's closed for a Friday, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. December corn closed the day up 3.5 cents at $4.31. March corn up 3 3/4 at $4.44 1/4. November soybeans ended the day up 1 1/4 at $10.16 3/4. With January beans up 4 cents at $10.30 1/4, and wheat for December closed up a penny at $5.72 1/2. Now the July 25 new crop was down 1/2 penny, $6.05. On the livestock side, December live cattle ended the day down $2.12 1/2 at $183.70. February cattle were down $2.12 1/2 at $185.30. December lean hogs closed down 77 1/2 cents at $80.42 1/2, and February hogs were down 47 1/2 cents at $84.82 1/2. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.